Good morning. I'm my voice again. Good morning, everybody. All right. So we got pretty close to that low point we discussed yesterday morning. Then I don't know, whatever it is. The line is there. Remember, we discussed the 20 MA on the weekly, same as the 100 on the daily, and the unfilled gap and the congestion and the confluence of concepts coming together. But it was a wild ride, you know. Um, It was wild that it came back as much as it did latter part of the day, and now we got the gap up. But one of our discussions in the green room was recognizing the difference between the day before and what set up the low, which was this was a very systematic decline. Define systematic. Equally sized bars moving in the same direction with little overlap. That's systematic selling. How does that happen? I can only guess. Algorithms that are aware of the negativity on that day and, you know, somehow seeing order flow from, from institutions. I've seen it before in stocks and in indices, but that is a picture of systematic selling. And I'll tell you a story from many, many years ago because it I don't think it really applies to this, but it explains price patterns, which when we do MT Live, in one of our discussions or comments is that price patterns are pictures of others' beliefs created with money. So the story goes, um, many years ago, we used to place trades and had to be over the phone because we couldn't do what we did today. And we had a direct connection to a market maker. And so he says, he uses this term playing cleanup. I'm like, what's that? It was like, I have these orders from institutions, and my buddy who's a market maker has orders from institutions of what to do. And me and the other market maker, my friend, we talk to each other and say, hey, how many more shares you got left? And whatever he says, all right, I got this many left. And he goes, so we're about the end of our allotment of what we have to get rid of. And so at the end, what they believed was the end, um, they said, okay, this is our last, whatever number of shares it is related to that thing. Sell them all. Hit the bid. And they do that. Who is on the bid near the low as it all comes in? They are. So they're there taking the other side of the sell orders at the low, and then they write it up for whatever they can, and that's what goes in their pocket as a market maker. So the picture of that is this, and reason why we focus on climactic patterns or mini climactic patterns. I'll call this a mini because it's a 15-minute chart. But as prices accelerate lower, part of the reason is that whether it's a market maker or whether it's those that are holding long positions finally come to a point where it's like, this thing is not going to stop going down. So everyone that is listening to me at this point in time, you don't have to say yes because I know it's true, because we all experienced this when we started out. And one of the things and one of the ways that I discovered things like wide range bars ending and accelerated moves many years ago was I was in that position of I'm holding along, and it's like this thing will not go up. And I reach a point, which we all do at some point, is like this thing is never going to go up, and you sell. And so now, as you review your trades, if you're reviewing your trades at the end of the day, and you see what happened after that, And after a few times, I said to myself, how in the F could I have sold the low of the move? Like that's Greg down there, right? And through your keeping your trades, you see these recurring patterns. Oh, this is what I did wrong. This is what I did right. And so now you start to relate this to pictures, and it's like, this is how I felt down there. I was so convinced. And so as you begin to put together concepts like we spoke about yesterday, support, gaps, a moving average, it's going down, so on and so forth, and you get a picture. And yesterday I spoke about 5-minute charts, and you get a picture of that capitulation, and I'm scared to death, right? This is it. And it accelerates lower into that area. And then the bottoming tail bar and the wide range bar up. All of these things come together to reinforce the concepts that we call master trader technical strategies and about the psychology of trading and how it looks on a chart. And once you grasp that, you can truly step away from the indicator-based methodology if you're still on it, because everything's based on price and pictures that we talk about here. So, but to retrace this far, I mean, we can get further into this discussion, which we do have these discussions in the green room. It's like, okay, now what about this retracement? That's 100% retracement, or greater than. Okay, expect the momentum to stall. Will it retrace and go all the way back down to the low? Unlikely. Yet there it did. So you have to have other things that guide you along the way. And one of the things that we spoke about yesterday was, and I said, well, if it trades below yesterday's um, close and today's open, that's going to open up the possibility of going back down, and that's what began to happen. So the psychology of that is, as more information becomes available and things become more bearish, well, more and more people start to shift in their belief about what is or what can possibly happen or not. So now we've got this gap up, and we'll see if that holds. But things are down a lot. They're down here. They went back down, and now, they're gapping up. You can see my cursor right up into that resistance you can see on the 15-minute chart. So I don't know that we're out of the woods yet on this gap, but it's a damn good start to possibly forming a bottom here, maybe over the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. We'll see. And ideally, this hourly chart begins to form a W kind of a bottom, and it could make a new low and begin to reverse, give or take. So, we're still definitely, from a swing trading perspective, not in the clear yet, and waiting for more information. But today's gap up, and Dan will talk about that, truly sets up a beautiful zero DTE day for put spreads, because that's a relatively substantial gap up here from a negative bar. So there are opportunities from different time frames, and they don't always line up together, and that's okay. And that's why, as more active professional investors and traders, we can use different vehicles, we can use different time frames, and as things come together, over a period of time, you start to get much bigger moves, which we don't have right now. All right. SPY. You can see that almost reached the low of the day. As that came down, you can see that bearish 180 there. Now gapping up into resistance, same as the Qs. It's not out of the woods yet, but it's a good start for at least beginning to create some kind of a potential bottom here near this major support. And you can see that came down to the unfilled gap. Right? Never got down to the 20 MA, but that's okay. But looking at the weekly chart, and envisioning, historical patterns, something similar to this, where, you often get, depending on the time of the week and whatever, how things set up. I could envision this having another down bar to get down there. I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out and where today ends and so on. But, coming down to that level would make a whole lot more sense as you're getting deeper into a significant support area to make a turn. All right, SPX. Just double check the numbers. Uh, that's what I have as of a little while ago. Where is my options? I just had it up. Chart. Must have minimized it somewhere. Let me see if TC hasn't. The bottom is still good for now. Again, you'll see if look, yesterday as things fell, look, when we come up with these numbers, it's like, oh, you want to press the button at the open and do it? That's up to you. If you did that, the vast majority of the time you'll make money. Especially, with yesterday being wild as it was, it's great because these strikes get pretty far apart, making it a no-brainer. It's close to a no-brainer. Just checking the calls here. I don't know. That's where it was before. It's getting late already talking, but look, that's a no-brainer up there. You see where it was gapping up. Um, it was gapping up to this resistance on SPY. So you got an unfilled gap up there. That's going to be in the future filling that gap. It ain't going to happen today. So, this is a picture of what happened yesterday, of course. It was a, powerful rally up, not really based on the AD line, advancers minus decliners, but look, to rally that far up and then he gave it all back, it was, wild. So it can definitely begin to bottom down here. We'll see. Industrials gave a lot back. So typically this results in a measured kind of a move down to major support. Um, I can't see, obviously, I can't see this doesn't move pre-market, but um, we'll see how this plays out. But that gave an awful lot back, and typically it's going to go lower. Uh, SMHs, they should begin to stabilize down here. They led the way down, and so it's gapping up a nice amount here. So those big stocks, whether it's Nvidia or AMD, those high beta stocks that maybe the options will have a larger amount of premium in there for zero DTE. We'll certainly be looking for all of those, but coming right down to that pivot and then beginning to stabilize and the Qs being where they were, it all came together. And we'll have to look at that. Let's look at the Russell, which showed relative strength. There you go. So just wild and whippy. Got far from any support, but holding up relatively well compared to, other than the whippiness, it's holding up relatively well here. So, other than erratic price action, uncertainty, it still looks good. We just don't have a clean setup. That's all. But it looks good, like many things do that had this explosive move. All of the catch-up trades that had that explosive move. And now they're just backing and filling, building a support area, and theoretically will have a launch to move higher. So just not ready for prime time yet. XLF gave it a lot back. Explosive move. We need to see some backing and filling, consolidation. Big topping tail. There was a lot of topping tails on the weekly time frames. So it's just consolidating here. You know, correction is ongoing. Some places worse than others. It's often the way it is. Sentiment is still not down to a bullish level. Breath is working its way down to that level. So no information there as of yet to guide us. Volatility index, whipping around here. It's down. I don't know, just chopping around here. Maybe it'll eventually get up there if we get some more downside. Um, so again, no clear signals yet as far as the selling is over. Just whippy and erratic, and that's being dealt with for now. Crude oil, big reversal day yesterday, but nasty gap down. It's under the moving averages. The ETFs did amazing yesterday, and they look like they're going higher. So there is that opinion out there that still exists, right? Oil is cheap. It ran up, and maybe it's just, I don't know, forming a bottom. It's erratic, but if you look at the oil ETFs and some of the stocks, you know, we talked about this bottoming down here, and so now it looks like a higher low and a bullish wide range bar. It took out the highs. It looks okay. It looks okay. Um, eh, was still trying to get things set up here. This computer, Bitcoin, trading range. Look, it looks like it's going to go higher. These, the stocks related to this, these should be good for credit spreads. This is in the middle of the range. Maybe some long setting up. They look good. Is this an exchange? That doesn't look so great. It's just wild and whippy, but trading range. Well, OIH is concentrated on oil service. It had a bigger day, more erratic, higher price. So XLE, you could do that. Any of them, they look. You can buy a dip in these today. This is calmer. It's more diversified than the more concentrated one. So I like this one better. Um, gold is up here today, but wild stuff here. So yeah, Alex is sharing SLB accounts with 15% in OIH. I mean, look, they'll all begin to bottom together. This is down here. It's, and yeah, prefer ETFs versus these are not clean yet. So why would I want to bother with this? Right? But the ETFs look like worthwhile buying a dip. Here you go. Have a great day today, and we join us in the green room. You got everybody that's there on social media. $7. I'll give you a link.
Good morning. Yeah, as soon as I woke up and turned on the TV, saw the gap up, immediate thought. Immediate thought was Bonanza 0 DTE put spread day. So absolutely, I'm being focused on that. I posted a crowd, which I've been watching all week long. Look how well, see, it's run a little bit more. When I posted it, it was right here. So it's still good, but I like the fact that it's gapping over this 15-minute resistance, Climo, high beta. There's juice at 250. So yeah, I'm gonna be all over these things. NVIDIA, I would never do this for next week, but we got a bullish gap. We'll wait at the open, make sure we hold the gap. And if we do, we'll go hunting. All the fangs are usual suspects. They all, I'm just glancing at my 15s. Microsoft is weak and Google is weak, so I don't like those two. All the other ones are candidates. All right, let's go up to earnings. There's a ton of them. I already deleted a bunch of them to save time. Oh, that was yesterday. I haven't cleaned out yet. Um, well, these are left over from yesterday. Eight. Well, anyway, fly W's on my. I got an alarm at 1840 right there. That'd be a nice lower low 180 reversal. Are these earnings? Yeah, 8.5. Oh, something's wrong with my list here. I'm gonna just start here. All right, BKR had this open flat, buy setup 180, but gap's messing it up. Doc, um, gapping up, but don't like it. DXCM. Wow, we dodged a bullet on this. I was trying to get filled on a condor, but I'm going to put this in my excessive gap list. Here, I don't need crowd. I have it on the other computer. Let me put DXCM. So excessive gap, 30-minute high would be a candidate for 0DT. Sketchers 66 put spread idea. So put spreaders, I'm going to need some help. This one, had it open flat, I would have been all over this for a bottoming pattern. This is exactly a quality bottoming pattern. Had a nice little retest here, went sideways, another retest. The 20 is curling, 50 is flattening, big old void. But yeah, it's messing it up. Juniper is gapping down, so it's not going to be a 1, 2, 3 because the gap is too deep. I was hoping it would be a 1, 2, 3 for Monday. FBIN was a buy setup 180. We'll see where it opens. NSC gaps too big now. Railroad opening flat. Put spread idea. Mohawk gaps too big. Actually, so Don, this is not a novice gap. A novice gap would be if it gap from this green bar here, but we still can just put it in the category of 0 DTE call spread 30-minute low. But I gotta watch it. All right, this is because it's gapping up. There's no pattern now unless we get a buy setup next week. I like the weekly monthly, but daily is there's zero entry to me. EFG, come on, data. It says internet unstable, but it's showing I have a full bars. All right, this is a Climo. You see how momentum's slowing? It's struggling. From this breakout, it was not struggling. Now it's struggling. So that's a Climo watch. Yeah, I deleted that one, Alex, earlier because it was just gapping the resistance. So I didn't see anything. It looks like I lost my pre-market. Yeah, I don't see any prints. I don't know. I'm showing live data here, but my data's acting weird. All right, deck 955, put spread idea, but I don't think we're going to get it. SIGI cell setup. I have an alarm, another Climo. So 30-minute low. Home, I don't see any gaps. I'm not delete you. $53. Gap's too big. SynF. It's a failed buy setup. Gap and down balance. That's a mess. On WKC, I have an alarm at 2720. This I have a down alarm. M top. Triple M, big old gap, but it's excessive, but that's bullish, so that's obviously helping the Dow out a lot. Charter, wow, that's a big gap. Wow, remember Alex, we were buying this thing. I think here we were doing put spreads and here we were doing directionals. Look at that at 290. But no pattern now, unfortunately. No pattern, but the start, it's a start of a bottoming pattern. Bob, bearish, call spread, but there's going to be no juice. All right, yeah, that is weird. You know why, Roberto? Because they give up the remaining extrinsic value. So, and with the gap up in the market today, Roberto, if what issue was it? You should have a monster gain on your hands right now if it's gapping up with the market. What stock is it? It has nothing to do with the broker, Alex, just FYI, because they're auto assigned by the OCC. All right, 398. Wow, that's a nasty gap. So let's put that in the category of excessive gap. Possible put spread idea, 30-minute high. That's possible. They have the right to do that. TQs. Okay, so you have a gift on your hands. Look at that big gap up. Oh, wait. You're short. You're short the 74s. Wow, Roberto, let's talk about that later. You let that thing go way the heck against you. Yes, I mean, this nasty gap. All right, so this could also be in the excessive gap category. 30-minute high. Fly W alarm went off. This would be a great 30-minute high. It's gapping right to the top of those tails. So I'm in no rush. 30 minutes to see what it does here. But my alarm went off at 1840. Into, yeah, I'd rather pull back. That trade's messy for me. All right, OIH alarm. So this put spread is a go if you get filled. It's a put spread for next week. All right, where did I leave off here? This I like, bottoming pattern. T-nut. Stop under this closing 15-minute bar. First target 200. That looks good. Oh, let me check the 0 DTE. The spreads are ludicrous and there's no 0 DTE. Let's watch this crowd. I said 5 Okay, good. It's coming in. So good. I said 5 minute high. Let's see where the mid. All right, that's yeah, that OIH is only now showing a 10-cent midpoint. Yeah, that's because of the spreads. And wow, I wanted 58. How the heck could it go down that low overnight? All right, crowd, let me get the midpoint on this. Around 250. Nah, there's no, I sucked the juice out of this. Crowd's only 36 now. So that's not gonna get filled either. Um, why was I watching this serve? Um, serve robotic. Yeah, Alex's meds. It's been trading wild. Trade health. But I like XLE also. DXCM. There's just zero reason to enter now. I just like looking to see how crazy the juice is. Uh, the 60s. Wow, there is crazy juice. The 60s, Greg, are 65 by 80 for today. So that's juicy, but there's no pattern yet. But yeah, let's stop this thing. What at the 5 minute chart? Crown, let me set the alarm 260.55. All right, Q's coming in. This is so weird how the diamonds and Q's are just, I rarely do I remember them being so negatively correlated. Strange. All right, I nod. I had an alarm. Oh, this looks great. I nod. Oh, I already posted this yesterday, right? I nod. Yeah, over 18. All right, perfect. I nod to go. Nice. ENSG alarm. I got this I nod from one of you all yesterday. ENSG. Okay, yeah, low alarm for possible M top. No, I didn't know it was. Okay, see, look, you're already messing with me. That's Samuel's job. Scared me. I know. You must be bored today, Alex. For you to be joking around with the market open. Uh, yeah, And what are financials doing? Yeah, financials bouncing, sure. Let me check put spreads too. And this, let me start looking at fangs. So remember pre-market? I said the fangs that were weak, and they're weak, weaker. All right, gold 0 DTE would be the 485. Or even 487 is only 11 cents. Wow. There's juice for next week. All right, let's do a put spread for next week. Well, 483. So we can do 482. 475. Eighty. On DXCM, no, you're trying DXCM? I don't trust it yet. You're brave. Uh, DXCM is just going sideways. I don't trust that thing yet. I'd rather do another swan dive, another $5 or lower. Uh, well, Don, yeah, if we were risking 3 to make 1 because it was only a $2 wide. But yeah, it would have been max loss, but I would have been okay with the odds. Okay, what else did you all post for me to look at? Um, yeah, Morgan similar. I think you said AN. Yeah, yeah, hands a buy setup. Earning 731 though, but sure, you do it day trade. Might, chug its way up to 180 if the market keeps going. All right, let's look for some 0 DTEs. Meta, which ones are holding? Actually, they're not. Tesla is a minor bull sandwich slider. If it closes like this, it looks like it's headed to that 200. Amazon holding the, I don't like any of these fangs. They're not holding well. Yeah, look, Tina already had my first target there, the 200. Exactly, Don. That's what I said. Yeah, so we're gonna have to cancel that and well, let's see where it's OIH. Well, right now, crowd is 54 cents midpoint. 56. So, but yeah, if it takes out the high, it's not gonna get filled. So you gotta ask yourself a question. Do you like it at the available price? If not, cancel it. Do you like a tighter one? Do you like going out the next week? Just ask new questions. All right, 317, 312, YH. Because the only way you would get filled if it triggered and then sold off. All right, the spread's tightened now on OIH. So it's 45. So we might get filled. Yeah, I said 58, and it's coming into the gap. So this OIH is still good. That's a beautiful 180 range expansion breakout. Looks great. As a continuation, looks great. Wow, $720. Let me check 720 put spread. Two spreading. $1.60 by $5. Spiders, spiders still I like over this pre-market resistance or even the day's high. Um, that's a very adequate retracement. That's from the pre-market gap. So let me 538. So we can do $10 wide 38. All right, let's do it. All right, I'm just gonna watch it here for a second like a hawk. This diamonds are sure powering. I just traded above yesterday's high. All right, let's do it.
Costco is very weak. I don't know if there's premium for a call spread, Dan. This thing's going down.
Hmm. Yeah, Q's here ain't doing it.
They're just caught in between this range here, yesterday's lows and intraday highs, and it's just caught in between. And I see it at the low of the day, but it's just messy. Everybody's trying to figure out, gap and go, gap and crap.
Hmm.
The Russell is in at the top of resistance, and so is the Dow. They're acting, relative strength here because financials are strong, and XLE is strong, and XBI is strong. I'm surprised the Russell isn't going higher already. Well, KRE is weaker than XLF, but it hasn't broken, you know, just stuck in the first 5 minute bars range. Nvidia's stuck in between support and resistance. Tesla's doing nothing here. Meta gapped up. That's, 5 minute chart is bullish, but not doing anything. Apple is weaker. So Microsoft, no pattern there. And then I'm looking at my 5 minute chart. So, we're waiting to see. Buyers want to step in here or we're not.
Oh, the old Cal Z. They are ALC also. Or an ALC from yesterday. Nice. Where did we enter this? All right, we're up $1. You know what? Just since let's sell a third for $1. Nice, Cal Z. Yeah, I got myself and my dad into some of this yesterday. I guess so a little in the strength. All right, what's next? So crowd is not doing it. SAIA, I said excessive gap possibility. That's holding. SAIA, the 400s for today. There are no todays and they're too spreading. Fly W alarm. I'm not going to rush into that. IART alarm. LOW. Not my pattern there, Sammy. Unless it's a put spread yesterday's low. Yeah, I'm not crazy about put spreads on these flangs today. I don't see anything I like. Home Depot, it's better pattern to me. What about Bitcoin stocks? This is 0DT. 235 for today is a 40 by 68. What about 2.25 next week? No, it's earnings. Shoot, earnings next week. Ryan Meta, not Meta, Ryan tomorrow. This could be a $20 put spread. Earnings, shoot. Hut. No pattern. CP. Yeah, I like that. Buy setup. We were talking about that yesterday, I think, right? A buy setup, but no, no reversal, no support. But today's a something something bar. Yeah, that looks good. CP, there's no weeklies and they're spreading. Club. Let's move stop here. 1711. Club. No, I did all right. We only have a third left. Sam, remember this hymns from yesterday? Hey, that still looks good. Sam, did you have dreams about 1, 2, 3s last night? So is this a 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's test your student skills. I'm serious. That's correct. Good little student. That is correct, sir. It's a 1, 2, 3. No, Roberto, he gave the right answer. I mean, you both did, but yeah, he answered the question I wanted. It's a 1, 2, 3 that triggered yesterday. That's correct. Because we had a long discussion, Roberto, about where the bar would close, of whether or not it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 or not. Hey, XLE, looking good. Let me check I checked puts on it earlier, and they were spready pre-market. You know, since I don't mind, well, I'm doing this for my dad, since I don't mind taking assignment, I'm gonna sell him the 91 puts for next week. 71 cents. Bill. Oh yeah, Mister. I forgot to look at him. Bill. Yeah, no, that's exactly correct. He's wild, but wild and spreading. Yeah. Where are you going, Sam? Alex, I didn't sign his permission slip, did you? Yeah, well, this is getting serious. Oh, you're going to play cornhole. Nice. All right, Bill, I'm looking at the 1650s for today. Wow, there's juice for today. The 1615s are $1 by $2. Hey, Greg, this is like an SPX trade. How far away we can get. But the problem is the spreads. Yeah, I can't give that. It's too spreading, but 1615s for today have juice. 1600s are $1. But hey, SMCI. Hey, look at that. Look at the 15, you all. This could be a day trade scalp long. Then I'm checking foot spread too. That's a climb up. Breakout on 15. Let me try the 680s. 50 by 80. That's not enough. What about the 690s? Greg, you trust 690 on this today? $20 wide, 70 cents. Did Greg take off with Sam? Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful 15-minute chart right there. I'll just give it as an idea. This meds, that's a mess. Into nothing. URI, I liked. That looks great, Alex. URI. Look, it's a 1, 2, 3 on the 15-minute chart triggering. Your CPay, Sam, I like. I just felt like I was chasing, but that looks great. Light volume as of now, but it's enough because we only have a half hour so far. Let's see, pay right here. Looks great. All right, XLE. ISO puts on OIH. Not sure if we got filled on that pullback. I know it was really close when I looked. Charter, no entry. Gentex, let me see how juicy. Well, I saw it at 45 down myself. That's when I said, oh, we were only a dime away. But yeah, I don't think it pulled back enough. All right, there's no zero DTE on Gentex, unfortunately. All right, nice spiders now. We should have a nice open game. Wow, that was a nice day trade. But you had to be aggressive to hit the mouse. Climo, $50, nice even number. No weeklies. Oops. How's the gap and go? No. This looks horrible. Fry looks lower. Nice cow Z. Beautiful. Alex, I told my brother I got my dad into some of this yesterday. And he said, why? And so I sent him the charts. I'm like, this is why. He's so funny. Just because he doesn't understand what we do. I'm true for coming back, but I don't like that cat. Wow, Alex, F-bin almost looks like Cal Z. That looks so similar to Cal Z. All right, XLE just triggered. There's an igniting gap. Vilto. Because I said I liked weekly, monthly, but I ain't chasing the daily. Extended, but it's going to get more extended. Siggy. Jack Monster Gap. This one's usually spready, but let me look. No, there's no weakness. Wow, that's bold rectangle breakout. That thing's going higher, ENSG. Alex, let's go hunting for more oil stocks. Q's at the low. What a crazy day. I just turned my head to look at my internals page. Wow, there's a 1, 2, 3. What a beast. I wish this bar wasn't so big, but that's strong. It's a sloppy buy setup. Teradyne it looks bad. Look at that relative weakness under the low would be a call spread. No weeklies. I can't believe Teradyne doesn't have weeklies. It's not getting killed and no. I'll watch it though. He'll turn one day. This 0 DTE. If there's any juice. Nope, no weeklies. Deal line. Yeah. Ah, double line. Now I know it. I thought you meant Sam or McGraw. Now I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I know double line. And it's just have puts. I'll sell puts on this bad boy. No options. All right, I'll buy some for my dad. I'm gonna bid for it. 1584. Order sent. MC's a 1232.